Hey guys, you're welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. Today's video is going to be a natural hair tutorial. I'm going to be showing you how I transformed my friend's hair from this thick fussy natural hair situation that you are seeing right now into this very beautiful large box knotless braids. Okay, so this was actually my first time doing knotless braids. I'm already used to doing the traditional braids, but this was actually my first time doing a knotless braids. Okay, so if you want to see how I achieved this on a thick fussy natural hair, how I achieved all the neat parts and this beautiful thing you're seeing here right here, then definitely want to keep on watching. Okay, so guys, the first thing we did was to take down the cornrows, from her hair. I installed these cornrows just to keep her hair stretched. I actually dried her hair, blow dried her hair to stretch it out a little bit, like a few days before this particular day. So to keep her hair stretched up to that particular moment, I just installed cornrows with her hair, and I just took them down and I combed through it just to make sure that there are no knots and there are no curls or tangles in her hair. And that is really essential because we are doing braids. Okay, yeah, we were doing braids, and I would have even loved it if this hair was actually more stretched than this. If I had a tool to make it like really stretched, I would have loved that, but I didn't have that particular tool, so I just did it the way I could. Okay, so it's actually really important, or kind of important, that you actually get the hair stretched. Okay, so yeah, because we wanted this knotless braid, we didn't want it to be too plenty or too much. We just wanted something simple and short, like nothing so dramatic. So we wanted to do just 20 individual knotless braids. Okay, so we had to make the individual braids really big, so like really large, and we wanted the parts to be like in the box shape. Okay, so to make the parts really neat, the part has to be really popping and neat, of course. Okay, so I used shine and jam along the part, and then I did the part again, just as you are seeing it right now, just to make sure that the parts are really neat, because the pattern of box braids is actually one of the highlights of braids, because the pattern has to be really neat. Okay, so the shine and jam gel actually helped me with the pattern, which I feel like it's actually one important product to use when you want to do braids, or when you want to do locks, all this kind of hairstyles basically. Okay, yeah. So let me give you guys a quick backstory. So this particular day that we are seeing right now, I did not eventually do the box braids on this particular day, because I actually struggled with the knotless braids, because it was my first time, even though I had practiced on my mannequin. But when I was doing it on her hair for the first time, it was a little bit challenging. Okay, so even though I already parted the hair and everything was already set, everything was prim and proper, I had to do it the following day. So that explains why we jumped to this particular part. Okay, so I already did the back of the nape area. So let me just show you guys how I did the knotless braids now. Okay, so I applied the shine and jam gel all over the perimeter of each section, just as you are seeing it right now. And because each section is a little bit large, so I just applied the shine and jam gel in between each section, just as we are saying, just to make sure that it's not puffy at the roots and everything lays really flat and nice. Okay, so it's really important. Shine and jam gel is one of those products that I would highly recommend that you use whenever you want to do braids for anybody, or even for yourself, any kind of hairstyle. Shine and jam gel makes the hair shine and definitely makes the hair lay flat. So I really love it. Okay, so after applying the shine and jam all over the perimeter of each section, just as you are seeing it right now, I made sure to comb the gel into the hair properly with my rat tail comb, and also with this brush. You might not use this brush, I don't think it is important. Okay, so like I said in the beginning of this video, this hair was not completely stretched, and because the hair is big, each section is large, I had to make sure that I weighed the hair down. And I used shine and jam, just as I was saying it, I applied it throughout the hair just to weigh it down, so it would be easy for me to braid the hair with the extension. Okay, so now this is where the tutorial of the knotless braid begins. I sectioned it into 3, just the same way you want to do your normal braid, as if you want to do braids with your own natural hair. So I just started adding like extensions. I looped it just as you are seeing right now in my fingers, and then I added it to my index finger, okay, and then I continued braiding. All right, I think it is something that is really simple, and it was actually a little bit challenging for me, like the first time I did, like the previous day before this day, but I got it. So I added another extension, but this time it was a little bit smaller than the previous one that I started with, okay, and then I just continued braiding like that. I just feel like if you look at the direction of my hand, you are going to find it easy, because most especially if you are not new to braiding, if you are not new to hairdressing and all of that. And as you can see, we have actually achieved a knotless braid, okay. Yeah, so it's actually kind of easy. You just have to take your time to practice and just do your thing. So I just continued to braid like that. I used 2 extensions at the beginning at the roots, and I made sure that I pulled like a lot of tension at the roots because it is knotless braid, and I still wanted the base, the root of the braid to be firm. So I had to make sure that I put a lot of tension at the roots to make sure that it is firm, okay. So that was basically what I did. That was how I did this knotless braid, and at the end of the day, I was able to achieve something prim and proper. I was able to achieve something really nice, okay. So do not forget that I said I applied the shine and jam around the perimeter of each braid, and also in between each section, okay. Yeah. So when I was done braiding the whole hair and towards the ends, I just used this lighter to bond the flyaways, the extension flyaways towards the ends, emphasis on towards the ends. I did not take the lighter towards her own hair where her hair stopped. I did not allow the lighter to get to that part, okay? So, and I used scissors just to trim the flyaways around the roots. I mean, where her hair, around her own hair basically. So I just used the scissors to trim the flyaways just to make sure that this braid is neat. Okay, so yeah, that's basically it. And also look at the parts. I'm really impressed with the parts, and it's really clean, it's really neat, and it's really beautiful. And also to just seal the ends of these braids, and just to make sure that the braid is not as stiff as you are seeing it right now, I just used hot water to seal the ends and to make sure that the ends are really straight and just silky straight if that makes sense. Okay, because you don't want the braids to be stiff, that stiffness you get from braids when you just finish doing braids. Exactly, that is what this hot water is for, is to relax the braids and just to make sure that it's not stiff, just to make sure that it is straight, like very straight, the hands, to make sure that the hands are really straight. Okay, so that was what I used the hot water for. If you have not done it before, you have to be really careful with it, because if you are not careful with it, you can burn your client's hair, you can burn your friend's hair. I've been doing it for a while. I've been doing it since 2013, so I know how to handle hot water with braids. Okay, so I just use this small towel to also bring some of the hot water towards the roots, just to make sure that everything lays down really nicely. Okay, I laid our edges, and this is what we have at the end of the day. I hope you love it. I hope I tried. This was my first time of doing knotless braids, not actual braids. Okay, so let me know what you think in the comment section. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.